Hey everybody, I'm Molly and welcome to your practice. We're gonna do a short and sweet lower body upkeep maintenance class today. So everything for the glutes, quads, inner thighs, a little bit of calves, a little bit of hip flexors, hopefully it'll feel good, hamstrings of course. Grab some blocks if you have them. If not, a pillow or a bolster will do. Blocks would be great though. And then take a moment to just set up your space. Light a candle or put on some music and bring your body and your senses into your practice so you can really start to tune into your own sensations and go from there. We are going to start seated on a prop. So either your bolster or your block. Find a butterfly. So knees will be out wide, feet are touching in the center, and hips are higher, pelvis is higher than your knees. We're gonna start with our knees up, and then place your hands on the inside of your knees. Gently push in as you draw your knees out towards the side. So this is a fascia flossing class. We are relaxing and come back up. Gentle push of your hands into your knees. We are eccentrically lengthening, so we're engaging as we lengthen the tissue on the front or on the inner thighs. This is our kidney channel in Chinese medicine, really good for replenishing energy and just related to the tissue along the inner thighs, towards the pelvic floor. And you might notice that one side is a little bit different than the other. We all have different fascial histories. So our fascia is our connective tissue that surrounds every single bone, muscle, organ, nerve, blood vessel, skin. And if we've ever been injured or if we just have normal postural things that we do, our fascia can get dense or sticky in certain areas. And this is a way to use the force of our muscle tissue to kind of undo those areas of stickiness. Okay, one more with your kidney line. Good, and then have a lay down. You can place a pillow under your head if you'd like. Come onto your back and bring your knees out really wide towards the edges of your mat. Okay, right foot stays where it is. Left ankle is going to cross over right knee. And then we find our engagement by pushing outer right knee into left ankle, but the left ankle is going to win, and draw your knee in towards the center of the mat. Inhale, relax, come back up. Exhale, push into each other as you draw your right knee in. Come back up. You might feel this on the outside of your thigh, your quad tissue, your hip flexor a little bit. Close your eyes, let it feel good. Feel that you're really targeting your body as an integral unit. Our fascia does not just start and stop, it's all interweaved and interconnected with everything. So as we address one area, it really can move in wonderful ways up and down the chain of your body. And let's do one more on this leg. Come back through center and switch it out. Left foot steps to the outer edge of the mat and right ankle crosses over left knee. Find that engagement by pushing out with your left knee, but the right ankle is going to win, drawing your knee over towards the midline. I feel this a ton on the outer front part of my left leg. Maybe one side is different than the other. Our fascia was with us from the very beginning when we were developing as a tiny little baby, and then continued to be our support system throughout our lives. So if you did have any injury or trauma to an area, your fascia likely set some extra tissue down to protect you and support you, which is great, but oftentimes we don't need that anymore, and we just want to feel more elastic and fluid in our bodies, so this is a great way to do that. Let's do two more. Close your eyes, feel where you feel it. This is our quad tissue, our stomach channel in Chinese medicine, so that can be helpful for your forward moving and your muscle health in general. All right, come to your back. You're already on your back, but now we're gonna stretch our legs up towards the sky. Knees can be bent or straight. Hands come to the inner thighs, and then pull your thighs in towards your hands, but your hands are gonna win, drawing them out to the side. These are called liver scissors. This is our liver channel in Chinese medicine. And anytime I mention that, just know it's one way of looking at the body, just another tool. And research is showing that our fascia lines are often correlated with the meridians. So the fascia is also a conductor of electricity and light, and helps with fluid balance and hormones, and has a lot of proprioception because there's nerve endings in the fascia. So all that to say is just if this tissue slides and glides and moves better in your body, you might feel like you have more life energy, more chi flowing, can feel more embodied in yourself. Let's do 2 more. Hands are winning by pulling out, but it's a gentle contraction. Perfect. Okay, as you're ready, roll up and find your blocks. Step your right foot out to the outer corner. So on the outside of your block, blocks are on the highest setting or the middle setting. This is our spleen channel. I'll turn this way. Engagement comes by drawing your right heel down and back. You'll feel this on the inner hamstring. So find that engagement and then lengthen the front leg as you sit your hips back towards your left heel. Rebend your knee, relax, come forward. Engage by digging your heel down and back. Lengthening the front leg. The knee never has to go straight. Hips back towards left heel. So close your eyes, see if you can feel that tissue latching on and then shearing, kind of moving through any patterns that don't serve it anymore. And we want to feel that tension that we're purposely creating from the beginning of the rep through the mid-range and all the way to the end range. Because these lines of tissue have different kind of like origins and insertions. And of course, if we affect one area of it, since it is so interwoven, it can have those positive changes up and down the chain, but it is also helpful to mindfully create that movement and that flow throughout the whole rep. Spleen channel has been so important for me as I continue to work on my SI joint pain and low back pain. You can close your eyes and really feel, maybe you can, maybe you can't, where some of these areas are really tight and dense and sticky. And maybe one side's different than the other. We're gonna switch legs now. Actually, take that back. We're gonna find a pigeon. By walking your right foot across the body, plant your right shin down. Hands are on the blocks on the highest setting. And then feel lifted in your pelvis. Slide your right hip back a little bit, left hip forward. Push down through your right shin. Feel that engage the tissue on the outer right hip as you dip your chest down. Your hands are there for support. Relax to come back up. Push your right shin down. Feel that fanning of the tissue in your glutes as you lower down. Come back up and lower down. So if you do feel like one side is different than the other, which you might notice as we switch sides in a minute, you can always double the repetitions on the more affected side. That's what I've been doing on my left side a lot. And then it might change. And this practice is best done consistently. So you might not feel a lot the first couple times you do it because that dense tissue can compress on your nerves. So as we create more space, we're actually able to feel more in our bodies and get more of that feedback. All right, let's do one more. Woo. Right hip is opening. Good, flip your blocks to the lowest setting. Tuck your left toes. Find a 3-legged down dog. So stretch your right knee up and back, but feel that core engagement through the right hip flexor. So find a little engagement of the core and hip flexor as you lengthen it. As you open your right hip and bend your knee, and then engage through the center line of your body as you draw your right knee towards your right elbow. Open up. So it's an active lengthening of your psoas, and then curl back in. And one more time, feeling connected and integrated in your whole body. This time, square your hip, bring your right knee to match your left, and then take a little windshield wiper of your right foot side to side as you push through your left toe. And this can help open the calf a little bit. Just swiveling side to side. Perfect. Down dog. 2 feet, 2 hands, and then bend your knees a little bit. Walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. You could bring your blocks with you. That would be great for support. We're gonna find a toe stand. And then drop your knees down, opening up the back of your feet. Lift them back up, plant your heels down, and find a forward fold. Notice one leg versus the other. And bend your knees, come up onto the balls of your feet in a toe stand. Drive your hips forward so your knees tap. Lift them back up, plant your heels, and forward fold. Perfect. One more time. Drop your knees, and this time we'll move into our spleen on the left leg. Step your left foot into a wide lizard lunge or dragon lunge, and then engage by digging your left heel down, feeling the inner hamstring as you sit your hips towards your right heel. Relax to rebend and come forward. Engage, actively lengthening your myofascial tissue as you glide back. Close your eyes, feel into your body. I didn't say this before, but you can always turn your toes in or out a little bit, depending on how it feels in your body. Spleen channel, by the way, associated with appreciating the sweetness of life. So if you would like to bring that intention into this moment of your practice, you definitely can. Let's do 3 more. From the beginning through the mid-range, all the way to the end. And last one. All right, blocks stay on the highest setting. Slide your left foot across to the right, so we're in a pigeon pose, but nice and high and lifted through the pelvis. See if you can sink back into the left hip a little bit. And then push left shin down. Feel that engage your glute, your external rotators on the left hip. Use your hands as you lower down. Relax, push back up with your arms, and then find that engagement by pushing down through your shin as you dip your chest. And then lift back up. You could always stay at the bottom, kind of wiggle a couple degrees in one direction then the other. Let's do one more. And then if you want your blocks, bring them on the lowest setting. If you don't want them, you don't need them. Tuck your right toes, 3-legged dog, but find that integration from the core center, from your hip flexor, as you bend your left knee and open your hip. And then draw your left knee towards your left elbow. Bend your knee, open your hip. Active lengthening of your hip flexor, your psoas. One more, 3-legged dog. This time square your hips, left knee matches the right, and then swivel your left foot side to side as you push through your right big toe. Opening up the calf a little bit. One more. And then downward facing dog. Bring your blocks with you if you'd like. We're gonna find our toe stand by coming onto the balls of the feet. Knees are pointing forward. And then lower your knees down as you drive your hips forward. And then find a forward fold, dropping your heels and letting the crown of the head hang heavy. Notice your legs now. Maybe they feel a little more symmetric. I know they felt a little funky after we finished the one side, but I'm feeling a lot more even, a lot more strong and open. Let's do that 2 more times. Find your toe stand. Drop your knees towards the mat. Drive your hips forward. See how that stretches the bottoms of your feet. And then lower your heels. Find your fold. And one more with your own timing.
from your fold. Release your blocks. Take a little bend and a little wiggle, and then roll up your spine as you're ready. We're gonna end in standing, just noticing our feet, maybe feeling a little more grounded through the lower body than compared to how we started. So you could close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, noticing the weight on the big toe side of your foot, the pinky toe side of your foot, and your heel. Noticing how your legs and your pelvis feel. And then feel free to follow up with any additional movement or breath work or activities that would be fun for you. But I hope your lower body feels really great. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.